Hello everyone, uh, myself S. Lakshmi Ganesh, Assistant Professor, SRK Engineering College, Civil Department. Today I just want to complete the left topic in our syllabus, total energy line and hydraulic gradient line. A few topics were left when we leave the college. These topics will be covered through this video lecture. Hope you people are doing well. Um, and now coming to our topic, in the fifth unit we have pipeline flowing, and nothing but flow through pipes. We have seen various flow measurement devices like a venturimeter, orifice meter, flow nozzle, etc. And we have already seen the losses due to this losses in the energy when the fluid is flowing in this particular pipeline. And we might have seen the number of various losses, and we have already gone through that equations. And with a clear idea of that all those things, we can move forward to this topic without having any knowledge regarding the losses of the pipe or energy in the pipeline, energy in the flow. Without having any idea regarding that, you people cannot understand this topic. So kindly go through the earlier topics. I have already given you the material. Please go through the material and kindly aware of these losses and energies, so that you can understand this topic. I have already told you clearly that energy, when a fluid is flowing, it possesses three types of energy. One is uh, pressure energy, that is due to the internal pressure, and that another one is kinetic energy, that possesses due to the velocity, and another one is the atom energy. So from the Bernoulli's equation, we know the total energy is constant, that is nothing but P by W plus V square by 2Z plus Z is equals to some constant, and the total energy is constant throughout the pipe. We know that equation. With the basic of that equation, we will move on to this next topic, total energy and hydraulic gradient. We have hydraulic gradient line and total energy line. Actually, the thing what we will do here is, these lines are nothing but some graphical representations. Graphical representations like you have already been through this shear force and bending moment diagrams. Shear force and bending moment diagrams, that was already covered in second year, first semester, where you used to draw the variation of shear force and bending moment along the length of the beam. Along the length of the beam, the shear force values and bending moment values are taken to the scale, and you have and the points were denoted, and they are joined by using lines or curves. Those are simple shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. That is nothing but variation of shear force and bending moment along the particular length. You are representing that variation in a graphical manner. Similarly, here also the hydraulic gradient and total energy. Hydraulic gradient and total energy, what is this means? Actually, these lines will help you to visualize how mechanical energy changes in a flow. Whenever fluid is flowing in a particular pipeline, there is definitely a change in energy from the starting to the ending. When it is flowing from one point to another point, you will have various losses. You may have some joints, or you may have some obstructions. Because of that, energy will vary. How energy is varying from one particular point to another particular point, those will be represented by using this particular lines. Right? Hydraulic gradient line and total energy line. Hydraulic gradient is nothing but this line is obtained by joining the tops of all vertical ordinates, showing the pressure head. It means you will get an idea by observing this figure. I have already given you this figure in the material itself. In the material itself, we have. Let's wait. Right, here you can observe this green color one. This green color one is the pipe. In this pipe, some fluid is flowing. The pipe is at different elevations. We have considered this reference line, nothing but potential datum. From the reference line, the pipe is at certain elevation, Z1, Z and Z2, different points are there. Let us consider the fluid is flowing in this direction. Let us consider the fluid is flowing in this direction. We just want to draw hydraulic gradient line and total energy line. It means we will denote the points of hydraulic gradient and we will join all the points to get a hydraulic gradient line. How to denote means hydraulic gradient and total energy, only difference is velocity head. See, in the equation that was earlier, in the earlier equation, see here it is P by W plus V square by 2Z and Z. So if you don't have this V square by 2Z, it is simply pressure energy plus datum energy. Combination of those two, it is called piezometric head. It is called piezometric head. It is nothing but piezometric head level points are joined. If you join all piezometric head level points, you will get hydraulic gradient. If you join all total energy head level points, you will get total energy line. Total energy, so only difference between hydraulic energy, hydraulic gradient and total energy is this V square by 2G. If you don't have this V square by 2G, you will get only pressure energy and datum energy. Combination of those two will give you piezometric head. And at every point there will be piezometric head. See, observe this figure. Yet at every point you will have this piezometers. So piezometers in the sense, let us consider to draw this to identify the points, to identify the piezometric head points. It is nothing but you are going to identify piezometric head at every point of the pipe. How can you measure? To identify the piezometric head, you need piezometer. You have already been through this piezometer in the lab itself. For orifice and mouthpiece, you will have some tube attached to the tank, right? So let us consider some piezometers. This one is a piezometer, this one is a piezometer, this one is a piezometer. Some piezometers are attached to the pipe at certain intervals. What happens is when a fluid is flowing in this pipe, the pressure at this particular point can be identified by the level of the fluid in the piezometer. So let us consider the piezometer level is this is the piezometer level, first one. And as long as the fluid moves forward, the pressure will vary obviously. So we have connected some 4 piezometers in this line. So at this particular point, the pressure is the piezometric level, nothing but the liquid raised in the piezometer is up to this height, and this one here is this height up to this height and up to this height. So if you join all these lines, all these points, if you join through a line, it is called hydraulic gradient line. Similarly, if you join all the points of total energy means this one. So at this particular point, identify the total energy. You will get, sir, how can we identify? You may get doubt like this. How to identify this velocity head? See, there is a equipment called petard tube. Kindly go through the textbook regarding that. Petard tube, I will show you in the lateral slides. Petard tube will give you the total energy head, including this velocity head also. So if you install the petard tube at these regular intervals, so that you will get nothing but rise of fluid in that petard tube will give you the total energy point. Velocity at this particular point will be represented. So by joining all the points, you will get this total energy. The only difference, everywhere at every point, there is definitely a difference between this hydraulic gradient and energy line. What is the difference? Means it is simply velocity square by 2. We have already been through this. We have already been through the definition. See, here it is P by W V square by 2Z plus Z will give you total energy. And if you don't have this V square by 2Z, it is simply hydraulic gradient. So the only difference between hydraulic gradient line and total energy line is it is always a vertical distance. It is V square by 2Z, right? So let us go through some regular examples that we have, so that you can get a clarity over this topic. And always remember, definitely always you have, if you observe these lines, if you observe these 2 lines, see in this figure you have the fluid is flowing from elevation 1 to elevation 2. There are 2 points. Fluid is flowing in this manner. So if you observe this hydraulic gradient line and energy gradient line, this red color one is hydraulic gradient and green one is energy gradient line. And when fluid is flowing in the pipe, you will definitely have loss in energy always. You have already observed that loss in energy in pipe friction experiment in your laboratory. you have connected two, you have connected the what it is YouTube manometer to the two different points. One is at the starting, another one is at ending. You have observed the definitely you have observed pressure difference. Always pressure loss will take place. Why? Because you are having when the fluid is flowing in this particular pipeline, the major loss you have concerned is frictional loss. So due to this frictional loss, energy will get reduced. So obviously, your energy gradient line is majority of the times it is in a declining fashion, always decreases, the slope is downward, and always the difference between this hydraulic gradient and energy line is v square by 2c, velocity gradient, nothing but velocity here, right? So if you observe here, if you consider the 2 point, this is at the elevation z1, this is z1, and this is p1 by gamma, nothing but y, and this is v1 square by 2c. The total point will give you the total energy. See, always the points are from the basic datum line. We have considered this as a reference line, nothing but this is x-axis. Let this consider as x-axis, right? Hope you can understand this. Okay, the next one is another figure. Let us consider this one. So here also our major idea, our major concept is to identify this um, how to draw this hydraulic gradient line and total energy line. So I'm considering another one. So in this you have the dam and penstock. There is a tunnel. I have already told you about surge tanks. In that surge tank concept, we have been through this diagram. So I just want to draw this hydraulic gradient line for this topic. Let us start this. See, you can observe this water level at this particular point. You can observe this water level at this particular point, and this is the tunnel, and this is the penstock, and it is connected to the turbine. So whenever you want to produce the electricity, the turbine is to run. So for that, the water will flow from this high head to this turbine. So here the thing is, whatever the mechanical energy that is coming from this fluid will get converted into the electrical energy, right? So the energy possessed by this fluid will be used in the turbine in order to produce the electricity. So our intention is to draw the hydraulic gradient line. So let us consider, if you start this if the fluid is flowing from this particular point, initially there is some energy loss due to the starting. At entrance there is a entrance loss and exit loss that you might have known this. So whenever the fluid is flowing in this particular pipeline, obviously the hydraulic gradient will reduce gradually, and whenever it arrives this surge chamber, at the surge chamber there is a water level. So there is no pressure drop here, as it is a static water is available in the surge tank. There is no pressure drop in this particular surge tank. And after crossing this surge tank, when the fluid starts flowing, there is a penstock. So it is a steep one. So obviously your velocity gets increased. When velocity gets increased, the pressure will get reduced. So obviously your pressure is getting reduced. And after arriving the nozzle point, here it is a nozzle point. Already you might have known about nozzle. What the nozzle does means, whenever the fluid is coming, the nozzle have a higher diameter at the inlet and lower diameter at the outlet, so that the velocity of the flow can get increased. So at this particular nozzle, the velocity of the flow gets increased rapidly. Obviously, whenever the velocity increases rapidly, obviously the pressure decreases rapidly. So that is the only reason you have steep curve here, steep line, steep drop of this pressure, right? So this is another one. Next. So this is another example. This is a pumping system. Let us consider two reservoirs, number 1 and 2. You have two reservoirs. From the first reservoir, we are sending the water from first reservoir to the second reservoir. Here there is a pump. See, whenever you want to send your fluid to the higher elevations, you need to increase the energy of the fluid, so that we will use pumping systems. So let us consider this first reservoir is connected to the pump. The water from the first reservoir will uh, the fluid in the first reservoir will automatically reaches the pump as the exit is at the bottom. You will come to know the difference in the next slide. And this pump is connected to the second reservoir. Right, our intention is to draw this hydraulic gradient and total energy line. Whenever the fluid starts moving from this pipeline, so here it is an entrance, so obviously you will have an entrance loss, so that is the only reason you have this drop in pressure here. This dark line is a hydraulic gradient line, and this dotted line is an energy gradient line. Whenever the fluid flows in this direction, as this is a pipe, it will have friction losses. Obviously, due to the losses of the friction, you will have loss in energy. So that is the only reason you have your hydraulic gradient line is reduced gradually. And after reaching what this pump does is actually this pump will increase the energy of the water, so that it will move to the further heights. So as at this particular point pump, your energy of the fluid will rapidly increases. That is the only reason you have rapidly increased energy line here. And then after increasing the energy, it will flow to the flow in this pipe to the upper level. But whenever it starts flowing in the pipe, obviously when it reaches to this particular level due to the energy given by the pump, and then it starts flowing in the pipe. So when in the pipe there is a friction loss, obviously your your hydraulic gradient line will get reduced, right? So similarly with the energy gradient line also. And this is another example. See, there is a difference between the earlier one and this one. You might have observed that in earlier case, the water directly comes to the pump without any application of energy. But here, the water cannot come to the pump without application of energy. Why? Because this is the sump. You have been observed this sump in this type of sump levels in apartments. So here, what they'll do is they want to send the fluid in the sump level to the elevation head. So our intention is to draw the hydraulic gradient and energy gradient line. So if we start pumping, if we start this pump, the energy, it means the pump starts sucking the fluid. Sucking the fluid means it will simply suck. You might have known about vacuum cleaner. It will suck the air or dust particles. Similarly, this pump will suck the fluid into the pump, so that it is sucking means it is a negative pressure, negative energy. It means a vacuum. That is the only reason your hydraulic gradient line is drawn below the pump level. Your hydraulic gradient line is drawn below the pump level. So as long as the fluid is flowing in this pipe, your hydraulic gradient line gets reduced, and whenever the fluid reaches the pump, it will give lot of energy to the fluid, so that the total energy and hydraulic energy will move high. So at this particular level it will move high, and then the fluid starts from flowing into the in this pipe. Whenever it is flowing in this pipe, obviously due to the frictional losses, hydraulic gradient and energy gradient will get reduced, right? Hope you people are getting the concepts. And this is another one. Till now we have seen only one type of pipe in which the fluid is flowing. Here there is three types of pipes, nothing but see, you can observe here there are three different pipes with the different dimensions. What happens means in this slide you can observe this. In this slide you can observe there are three different pipes, three different dimensions, three different diameters. Three different diameters means obviously you will have three different velocities. So whenever fluid starts entering into the pipe, the energy will get reduced due to the entry loss. So for that reason only the hydraulic gradient line is started at this particular point. Otherwise the hydraulic gradient line might start here, but due to this entry loss, the hydraulic gradient line started here. and if it flows through this pipe of length L1, the hydraulic gradient line will get reduced because of frictional losses. See, observe here, there is a sudden contraction of diameter. There is a sudden contraction of diameter. Whenever you have sudden contraction of diameter, your velocity of the flow gets increased. If the velocity gets increased, pressure gets reduced. That is the only reason your hydraulic gradient line get reduced. Downfall, steep downfall, and then started flowing downwards. Obviously, your hydraulic gradient line will get reduced gradually due to the frictional losses. And here it is there is a sudden enlargement. If you observe here, it is a sudden enlargement. Whenever there is a sudden enlargement, the velocity get reduced, obviously pressure get increased. That is the only reason the hydraulic gradient line is moved upwards. Here, observe here, the hydraulic gradient line moved upward, and then it continues its flow. Obviously, the total energy gets reduced, right? Similarly, with the total energy line also, whenever the fluid starts flowing, total energy will also get reduced due to this. Total energy means nothing but pressure energy, velocity energy, and datum energy. Total energy get reduced at this entrance. Sudden contraction, although the velocity is increased, pressure get reduced. So that is the only reason there is a small decrease in total energy value. Velocity increased, pressure is decreased. Only pressure you have considered, you have this much loss, and only if you consider both velocity and pressure, only you will have slight decrease in the energy, total energy, and then again gradual decrease in the total energy. And here there is a sudden velocity drop here. Clearly the velocity gets decreased, so for that reason your total energy line gets reduced suddenly and then move forward in a decreasing fashion. See, observe here all these things. If you carefully observe this figure, I think this is not in the material. So whatever the loss, see, it is this loss was written here. This is simply pipe entry loss, and then up to this point it is a pipe friction loss, and due to the contraction, this is due to contraction loss, sudden contraction, and then pipe friction, and due to this is enlargement loss, and then pipe friction loss, and this is exit loss. Right, the different losses in the different when fluid is flowing in a different pipes was given in this particular slide. If you people are having any doubt regarding these topics, you can write. This is the last example that we are dealing with total energy and hydraulic gradient. So if you observe this figure, there is a tank, and it is the pipeline is connected to different obstructions, nothing but valves, pumps, nozzle, turbine. Here we can observe different how the hydraulic gradient line and total energy line are varying at every point. So let us consider the datum line Z. From the Z level, the water level is at a distance of L. Whenever the fluid starts entering into the pipe, there is a entry loss. So that at entry loss, because of that loss, your hydraulic energy line and total energy line will fall rapidly at that entrance. If you observe carefully, when the fluid starts flowing, the green, you might have seen the two lines, green color one and the blue color one. Blue color one will give you the total energy line or energy gradient line, and green color one is hydraulic gradient line, right? Due to the entry loss, there is a steep drop of this graph, steep drop of this line at this entrance. When the fluid reaches this valve, when it travels a certain distance, the hydraulic lines or energy line will vary, drops slowly, or the graph decreases gradually. Why? Because due to this friction loss. Whenever it reaches the valve, so what happens means, at valve is nothing but separation of flow. You might have seen the valves in our laboratory. Nothing but due to whenever you perform this venturimeter and orifice meter or flow nozzle experiment or pipe friction experiment, you used to revolve the valve so that the flow will get controlled. Valve is nothing but sudden obstruction. Due to the sudden obstruction, you will have increase in velocity, so obviously decrease in pressure, so that your hydraulic gradient line will get reduced in a steep manner, nothing but reduced rapidly, and then flow continues. If the flow continues, it will due to the friction loss, your hydraulic gradient and energy line will get reduced gradually, and when it reaches the pump, the energy gets increased. Pump will give you the energy so that the velocity get increased and pressure get increased, so that the hydraulic gradient and energy gradient line, you might have observed this, there is a sudden rise in this hydraulic gradient line, energy gradient line. After then it moves from the pump, it moves into the pipe. In the pipe, if you observe carefully, the energy gradient line, it continues due to that same velocity. And if you observe carefully, the here it is your hydraulic gradient line. Hydraulic gradient line reduced gradually in the pipe due to the frictional loss, and at the nozzle, observe the carefully, at the nozzle there is a sudden drop in the hydraulic gradient line, because at the nozzle the velocity get increased, obviously pressure get reduced rapidly. For that reason, the energy get reduced rapidly. And after that, there is a pipe connected. In that pipe also there is some friction, obviously your energy get reduced, and then when it reaches the turbine, your mechanical energy will be get converted into the electrical energy, and turbine won't give you any additional energy to the fluid. So obviously fluid will leave from the bottom pipe, it will come to the exit. So whenever it flows through this pipe, you will have sudden gradually decreasing, you will observe this gradually decreasing energy in the pipe. So with this, I think you might have understand the concept of hydraulic gradient and energy gradient line. Why these things are needed means, these are graphical representations. This will help us to visualize the mechanical energy variation in the pipe. See, if at all there is no energy in that fluid, it won't reach us our destination. So definitely there will be definitely some definitely the fluid will possess some energy. So how the energy varying in that particular pipeline, we are studying here. Hope you might understand the concepts. With this, I'll close this session. In the next class, we'll move down to the next topics. If you are having any doubts regarding this topic, please contact me. Hope my number is with you. Thank you.